You have probably had this exact moment recently. You are in the middle of a normal sentence, talking to a friend, and suddenly, a completely common word entirely vanishes from your mind. Or maybe you sit down to learn a new piece of software at work, and you realize it is taking you twice as long as the younger person sitting next to you. You stare at the screen, feeling a heavy, frustrating fog settling over your thoughts. A quiet panic starts to creep into your chest, and you ask yourself a terrifying question. Am I losing my edge? Is my brain officially starting to slow down and decay? We live in a loud, fast society that entirely worships youth and raw, frictionless processing speed. The narrative we are constantly fed is that after 40, your mind begins a slow, inevitable decline. We are told that our mental peak is far behind us, and everything from here on out is just about damage control. When you buy into this toxic narrative, every forgotten name or moment of mental fatigue feels like biological proof of your own failure. You start to shrink your world, avoiding new challenges because you do not want to expose your perceived weakness. But today, I want to completely dismantle that anxiety for you. I want to show you exactly what is happening inside your skull right now. Your brain is not declining, breaking, or fading away into the background. It is currently undergoing a massive, highly sophisticated architectural shift. You are not losing your intelligence. Your brain is simply changing the type of intelligence it relies on. To understand this, we have to look at how cognitive scientists divide human brain power. When you are in your 20s, your brain runs heavily on something called fluid intelligence. This is your raw computational processing speed and your ability to adapt instantly. It is the ability to hold a lot of brand new abstract variables in your head and solve puzzles on the fly. It operates exactly like the RAM in a computer, incredibly fast, highly reactive, and built for rapid memorization. And yes, the biological truth is that fluid intelligence does begin to gradually slow down as we age. But society completely ignores the second, much more powerful half of the cognitive equation. While your fluid intelligence slows, your crystallized intelligence is rapidly expanding and deepening. Crystallized intelligence is your massive, highly interconnected library of actual human experience. It is your ability to recognize complex patterns, synthesize opposite ideas, and apply historical context to a brand new problem. It is the permanent hard drive of your mind, and it continues to grow and optimize well into your 70s. The frustration you feel right now is simply a biological operating system error. You are trying to solve complex adult problems using the cognitive strategy of a 20-year-old. You are trying to rely purely on raw processing speed, completely ignoring the massive library of wisdom you have spent decades building. This mismatch is exactly why learning a new skill suddenly feels so physically and mentally exhausting. If you look at brain scans of younger adults performing a complex task, their neural activity is highly localized to one specific area. But when neuroscientists scan an older adult doing the exact same task, the brain lights up entirely differently. Your mature brain automatically recruits multiple different regions, engaging both hemispheres simultaneously to solve the problem. Neuroscientists call this incredible biological phenomenon compensatory scaffolding. Because your raw speed is slightly slower, your brain compensates by bringing more of its total network to the fight. This is a brilliant, highly adaptive survival mechanism designed to keep you functioning at a high level. But it also fundamentally means that learning literally requires more metabolic energy than it used to. Your brain is physically burning more fuel to build these new structural scaffolds in real time. This is exactly why you feel that deep, heavy brain fog hitting you at 3 in the afternoon. You are not lazy, and you are not losing your mind. Your biological engine is just running much hotter. There is another hidden friction point making things difficult for you, called proactive interference. For the last 20 years, you've been driving the exact same mental routes every single day. Your professional habits, your technical skills, and your daily routines are carved into deep, thick neural pathways. When you try to learn a completely new way of doing something, your brain strongly resists. Its first instinct is to slide back into the old, comfortable, highly efficient groove it already knows. It is actually much harder for an older brain to unlearn a deeply ingrained habit than it is to learn a new one. Your vast, accumulated experience is literally getting in the way of your current mental flexibility. So how do we fix this and start working with your changing biology instead of fighting a war against it? First, we have to implement a system of strategic cognitive resource management. You can no longer afford to brute force your way through a heavy, highly demanding learning session. You must completely abandon the chaotic marathon study sessions of your youth. Your brain now strictly requires the spacing effect, meaning you need to microdose your cognitive load. Break your difficult, complex tasks into short, 30-minute bursts, followed by complete physical and mental rest. This prevents the rapid depletion of your neurotransmitters and stops the paralyzing brain fog before it even starts. Second, you must stop trying to memorize abstract information in total isolation. A younger brain can easily rote memorize abstract facts, but your mature brain naturally rejects isolated data. You must use relational learning, deliberately connecting the new information to a deep concept you already understand. If you are learning a new coding language, do not just stare blindly at the abstract syntax. Map it directly onto the structure of a foreign language you learned in college, or a mechanical system you understand perfectly. By explicitly anchoring the new concept to an old memory, you bypass the need for raw processing speed. You shift the heavy lifting from your fading fluid intelligence directly to your massive crystallized intelligence. But the most important protocol you must adopt is something called the pillar and the playground. To keep your brain highly plastic and flexible, you need to deliberately step outside your daily expertise. You need one main pillar, which is your career or your primary serious skill, where you leverage your deep wisdom. But you also desperately need to build a playground. The playground is a totally unrelated, low-stakes hobby where your only job is to be an absolute beginner again. If your pillar is highly analytical, like accounting or law, your playground must be purely physical or creative. Because this new skill is so radically different from your daily life, there are no old neural pathways to interfere. You force your brain to build entirely new roads, which actively thickens your neural networks and improves your overall working memory. You are not trying to become a master in the playground. You are just doing necessary reps in the cognitive gym. I want you to completely reframe how you view this beautiful, complex stage of your life. The frustration you feel when things get hard is not a terrifying symptom of cognitive decline. It is a literal physical sensation of your brain building new scaffolding to support your ongoing evolution. You are not a slower, broken, or defective version of your younger self. You are simply stepping into a brand new era of deep structural synthesis. You trade the frantic, highly reactive speed of youth for the quiet, profound power of genuine wisdom. Stop trying to race against the 20-year-olds in a rigged game of pure processing speed. They know the individual notes, but you finally understand the entire piece of music. Respect your changing biology, fiercely protect your metabolic energy, and anchor everything new to your massive library of experience. If you find your focus slipping during the day, remember to step back and microdose your attention. Give yourself the immense healing grace of being an absolute beginner in at least one small area of your life. You have spent decades carefully filling your internal library with highly valuable information. Now it is time to use that deep knowledge to build something entirely new and entirely yours. Your mind is perfectly equipped for this exact challenge, right now, exactly as it is. Be highly patient with your shifting architecture. Breathe through the temporary friction of unlearning the old ways that no longer serve you. Trust the vast, complex machine that is currently operating perfectly inside your head. Take a moment today to start building your playground. I will see you in the next one.